Google just got an AI upgrade. Gemini 2.0 is now inside NotebookLM. Here are 10 powerful features of NotebookLM you don't want to miss. Take a look at some of these upgrades.
These laws are like the rule book for how everything in the universe moves and interacts.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I think our listeners got something to say.
Can you explain the 3 laws of motion with a basketball example?
Sure, I can do that. Let's use a basketball. Imagine you're dribbling. Newton's first law. That ball keeps moving until you stop.
Man, sometimes it feels like we're living in a sci-fi movie, you know? Every day there's some crazy new tech hitting the headlines.
Tell me about it. It's hard to keep up, but
Yeah.
that's part of the fun, right?
Totally. And speaking of fun, today's deep dive is all about the future of, well, pretty much everything. We're talking AI, but not just any AI. This is next level stuff.
Next level, how?
Well, we came across this article, right, from AI Toast, and it's about this thing called the O1 series.
O1 series. Rings a bell, but
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going on another deep dive, and this one, well, it's going to take us on quite a journey.
buckle up.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to uncover some surprising connections between, well, you stay for this, a scientist from the 1700s, the history of our planet, and even politics.
Wow, that's quite a range.
It is, right. And our guide for this adventure is a book called The Invention of Air. It's by Stephen Johnson.
I've heard good things about that. Oh, our listeners got something to share. Let's hear it.
Hey, you two. This is a little weird, but I actually am Stephen Johnson, the author of The Invention of Air, and I'd really like you guys to give me some constructive criticism. Like, what don't you like about this book? Like, what could I have done better as an author?
Wow. Okay. Well, hello, Stephen Johnson. That's a surprise.
A very pleasant surprise, I must say.
Yeah. So you want our honest thoughts on your book?
Well, we've been highlighting some of the great aspects, but sure, we can dig a little deeper.
Okay. So one thing that's really clear from reading The Invention of Air is that you are a master at weaving together seemingly disparate topics, right? Like you connect Priestley's life to giant prehistoric insects, the invention of soda water, and political revolutions. Quite a ride.
It is, and that long zoom approach you take, it's fascinating. You show how Priestley's work connects to these much larger historical and scientific narratives, making the reader consider the big picture.
But, you know, if I had to be really picky, there were times when I personally wished you had gone even further into some of those connections, explored some of the implications a little more deeply.
Yeah, sometimes the connections felt a little too quick, like we get that everything is connected, but I wanted you to really go there.
Like, for example, the book touches on how Priestley's discovery of oxygen relates to the development of coal as a fuel. It's like you trace how it goes from ancient trees to coal, but I wanted even more about that chain reaction across time.
Right, and also you could have explored some of the contradictions and tensions in Priestley's own thinking a bit more. You present him as this forward-thinking figure, but what about his blind spots? You mentioned his controversial religious views, for example, but maybe there was more to say there.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, since you're here, this might be a good time for me to get into my one burning question about Priestley. I mean, this whole thing started with a sprig of mint and a candle, right? What I wanted to know is how the plants actually restored the air. Like, what was going on a molecular level? It's amazing how he was witnessing photosynthesis in action without even realizing it. So the science behind it would have been interesting.